So here's the real question when it comes to the Xiaomi Pad 8 Pro. Can it actually replace a laptop? And I think a lot of people approach this the wrong way, because they try to compare it directly to a laptop and expect it to do everything a laptop can do. But that's not really the point. The better question is, can it replace a laptop for your specific use case? Because after spending time with this tablet, I realized something. For a lot of people, it actually can. Now let's start with the first type of user. If you're a casual laptop user, and what I mean by that is you mainly use your laptop for browsing, watching videos, maybe some light tasks here and there, and most of your time is actually spent on your phone anyway, whether that's scrolling, watching content, gaming, or even doing some work. If that sounds like you, then switching to the Xiaomi Pad 8 Pro doesn't feel like a downgrade. In fact, in some ways, it feels like an upgrade, because this experience is closer to what you're already used to. It's more touch-friendly, more flexible, and just easier to pick up and use anytime. You're not adjusting to a new workflow, and you're just scaling up what you already do on your phone. And here's something that a lot of people don't talk about. If you play games, especially mobile games, this actually makes more sense than a laptop at this price point. You're getting better optimization for mobile titles, smoother performance, access to a wide variety of games, and overall a better gaming experience compared to what a similarly priced laptop would give you. So for casual users and mobile-first users, this already makes a strong case. Now let's talk about the second type of user. People who are okay working within Android-based apps, because this is where the experience really depends on you. If your workflow revolves around apps like Canva, Notion, Meta Business Suite, and other cloud-based tools, this works. You can create, edit, manage, and stay productive without really feeling like you're missing out on much. But there is a trade-off. File management. This is probably the biggest downside. It's not as intuitive, not as flexible, and not as seamless as what you would get on a proper laptop. So if your workflow depends heavily on organizing files locally, moving things around constantly, or doing more advanced file handling, you're going to feel that limitation. But if most of your work is online anyway, then the problem becomes a lot less important. And in exchange, you get something that a lot of laptops in this price range struggle with: better portability, better battery life, and a much more flexible way of using your device. You can use it anywhere, in any position, without really thinking about it too much. Now, of course, we have to be realistic here. This is not for everyone. If your work involves heavy editing, specialized software, or anything that requires full desktop level control, then this is not going to replace your laptop, and that's completely fine. Even when you start comparing it to higher end laptops, especially something like a MacBook, that's a completely different category. But within its price range, and for the type of users it's targeting, I think it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So here's the bottom line. The Xiaomi Pad 8 Pro is not your ultimate laptop replacement, but it doesn't need to be, because for the right type of user, this can absolutely replace a laptop. If you're a casual user, if you're someone who already spends most of your time on your phone, if your work is mostly online, and if you're comfortable using Android apps, then this setup makes a lot of sense. It's lighter, more portable, lasts longer in a single charge, and in some cases, even more enjoyable to use. But if you need full desktop power and flexibility, then this is still going to be a secondary device. And I think that's the best way to look at it. Not as something that replaces everything, but as something that can replace enough. And for a lot of people, that's already more than enough. So give it a try, the links are below. But that's it for this one. Drop a sub or like if you feel like supporting the channel. As always, until the next one, stay safe.